Good morning, beloveds. Now, some may wonder why I began each Sunday lesson with beloveds. Any ideas?
Remind us that we're loved.
Yes, and I'm affirming the truth that each of you deserve to be loved. Good morning, beloveds. You deserve to be loved. Do you get that? Do you believe that? Some days more than others. I get that. Because I've somehow, for whatever reason, said, oh, no, I can't have all that goodness. You can't love, oh, not me. So, if you are ready to be loved today, please raise your hands. All of you. Good job. So my lesson title is Surrender into Love. Not surrender with love or to love, but rather into love. With implies you and something or someone else with love. The to, the T-O, signifies some time in the future or a destination. I'm going to be loved. Whereas in suggests already within. Within you, within me, within all. So, are you ready to surrender into love today? You said you were. So I take your word for it. And I'll look forward to seeing more love demonstrated right before my very eyes. So what does it mean to surrender? Let go? Give up resistance? Yeah. Allow? Mm-hmm. Well, for today, I chose three. Give up as in a battle, right? Like they take out the surrender flag. I surrender. I'm giving up. We've lost. To give up is to hand over one's possession sense. Those who've experienced any kind of loss from like a fire, unexpected giving up. That can be severe loss, unintended. Or giving up could be the release of one's restrictive and limited beliefs. And in this case, those about love. Because maybe you felt unloved, unlovable, or betrayed, or deserted. To surrender into love, in my view, is to give up the old stuff, the old garbage, about what love was supposed to be, or how it's supposed to feel, or how it's supposed to look, or what it's supposed to give to you. Whew. Such restrictions. Now, all that stuff will happen in a much kinder way without the demanding sense of needing more love. Because what you're really doing, and I've been taught in this science of mind teaching, that whatever you need remains a need. It's not a have. Surrender is also giving your inner self new permission to realize and embrace yourself into what a deeper, truer, honest love really is. When we fall in love with someone or something, It's a vibrational attractiveness we feel. Because, as was discussed last Sunday, we don't see emotion. We see the result of it. We see what it can do for us or to us, depending on the type of emotion. We can't see love, but we sure can see the results, can't we? I love a lot of things. I like to dress fancy, as James says. I'm fancied up. I don't need to always do this. I shared retreats with some of my spiritual travelers from time to time, and we don't always look like this, do we? No. We kind of blend with the woods. So it's just about doing something you love doing. It's a feeling at the time, in the moment, that makes you feel just yourself. Just yourself. Well, there are several ways that love demonstrates itself. One form is a wedding. That's a form. Being kind to your neighbor. The birth of a child. Isn't that love? Oh, look. And then the baby cries and needs changing. And don't you love that too? Oh yeah, see? So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. And, as we mentioned this morning in our remarks, the celebration of life. That's about love too. That's about love too. I remember the first celebration of life I officiated out in the midst of farmland. And it was graveside, and probably 300 people attended. And so I encouraged everyone to come around the family who were under a big tent. And I said, as if you're putting your arms and you're embracing the family right now. Because love has brought us together today. And word got back to me later that there was this wacko guy talking about love at a funeral. Well, it is love. And I am wacko. But the love is what brings everything to its rightful place. I call it my center of gravity. That's where I'm drawn. That's where I'm drawn. The wedding, the birth, the life celebrations, it's all about surrendering into love. And so today, I'm using this handkerchief as a symbol of love. I've been around Chico and parts of the world, and one of my favorite places was I loved going there. Food, music, was to New Orleans. And it was the location of, when there's a funeral in New Orleans, there's this boo-hoo music, boo-hoo music. But on the way back from there, doing this. And they're singing When the Saints Go Marching In. And they're doing this handkerchief. And it's like, oh my goodness, look at that. What a celebration. And coming out of the wedding, we were in Italy, and here they come, the bride and the groom, and all the guests are doing this. So it's not just here or there. It seems to be everywhere that people are using this symbol as love. Because the funeral portion was celebrating the rebirth. The wedding, celebrating new life. But it's all love. It's all love. Beloveds, you have spent enough time worrying about not being enough in someone's eyes. We've all done that. We try to measure up. Well, now it's time to be enough in your own eyes. the more we're willing to surrender and awaken to our own magnificence, that we are more than enough, that we are our own fount of loving, our own fount of loving, the greater our sense of peace and kindness and joy. Speaking of peace, I've located 11 rules of inner peace, and I have copies if you'd like them afterwards. Stay honest. Heal your past. Let go of tension. Be kind in giving. Speak your boundaries. Connect with good friends. Live in the present moment. Whew. I'm a busy kind of guy. I just like to have it all planned out. And then sometimes it smacks me and says, slow down, slow down. Maintain a grateful mindset. Don't get attached to drama. Be flexible, because change is inevitable. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes talks about love. And I quote, "All is love, and yet all is law. Love is the impelling force, and law executes the will of love." You know, I read that, and I interpreted it different at this moment. Because many of us, in any kind of when you reread a book, you'll say, oh, I didn't quite see it that way the first time through. Maybe I was just skipping along, as we do, skipping along. Got to get it finished. Love is the impelling force, and law executes the will of love. Oh, I love that. Ernest Holmes also says, love is at the center of man's being, and the calm, continuous pulsation of life. They are all governed by love. They're all governed by love. In the book that we're working with now is called Belonging to God. It's by William Keepin. I love his last name, Keepin. I'm keeping on. And there's a chapter on principles of divine love, and I'd like to give you 3 of the 12. Just my highlights for this. It's a good book, so I would encourage you getting it. Just and delving deeper into some of these principles of love. The first one is, the heart is the inner gateway to the absolute Godhead. Interiorization is therefore the key spiritual practice. Interiorization. We must make it our own. We must own it. The path of divine love is pursued deep within the heart. The second, there is a secret fire of divine love that burns at every level of manifestation. Every level of there's no more or less. It burns at every level of manifestation. So it's always igniting that process of manifestation within us. It burns in the heart, in the depths of all forms of God, and as the inner essence of all beings. This inner fire is one with the divine fire in the heart of God. And the third, to give our very being fully and unconditionally is the supreme surrender to God. So, beloveds, here's your charge. here's your mission. Let not your heart be troubled. Surrender into love. The goal is to build a love you don't need to escape from. The goal is to build the kind of love that you don't want to escape from. Where peace isn't something you choose, but something you live every day. So, I have an image I'd like to have put up now, and I will conclude with this. No, maybe somewhere. I'll stand over here and enjoy the candlelight. I hope you wake up each day with love. Love for life, love for others, and most importantly, love for yourself. And so it is. Namaste.